that song stuck in my freaking head. Okay, testing everything. Boop. Okay. Alright. Cool. So, we're gonna do two things tonight. First I need a drink. I'll wait till some people get in here. Hello. Okay. So, is this not working now? Okay. So, I think we're gonna do two things here. So, I have a. Let me pull up my cam so I can see. I have a big box here. Digimon cards, the BT09. So they keep naming the new Digimon cards like BT something or EX something. This is the BT9. I got a whole box of packs, and so that's my rule. Just like because I can't be spending all this money, but I get a box of each generation of the new Digimon cards. The last one I got, the last Digimon cards that I actually I got an Imperial Digimon Paladin mode. I got my favorite Digimon on the last card I drew. So I'm gonna do this tonight. I'm gonna open this, and then we'll see what cards we get. I'll probably wait. You know, maybe like another 10-ish minutes, because just make sure no one else shows up, and then I can start opening them. Until then, I'm gonna play. Oh gosh, I remember where we were. Oh, this place is a freaking nightmare. Oh, it's not that bad. Okay. It's not, okay, I thought, okay, never mind. It's not as bad as I thought. Okay, just a lot of Crabmon everywhere, apparently. Oh, he has 1 health. What's going on, Henry? I don't know where I'm at on here. I'm just kind of running around and hoping that I kind of find my way by accident, because this place is pretty wild. I got a kindness DE, okay. Spinning to the right. There's so many places to go. You can jump into whirlpools. Like, I don't know where I'm going. This place is insane. Oh, just a sting. Oh, they're just sting mons just kind of showing up. Well. Oh, and they get to go first. Getting ready to retire? I don't freaking blame you. I'm pretty tired. I do have a, I think it was before you got here, I do have a big pack of Digimon cards here. Because I'm kind of a card guy, like with Digimon cards specifically. I used to do Pokemon forever ago, but that was, I got like everything in like the first 3 generations of Pokemon, and I was like, nah, it's too, it's too much. Hello. Actually, after this battle, I'll probably open these cards. Okay. Let's go ahead and open these. You collect typewriters? I actually just was talking about typewriters literally like yesterday. But I was talking about how fast people used to type. Like, because if you type, you know, just like the normal way, that's slower than, I guess, the way they used to, because they would go by patterns. So, alright, so they would just, or they could alternate and just hit words. Like, I've seen people type like that, and it's outrageous how fast they type. Alright. Let's open some of these cards. Yeah, this is from, I think these cards are themed after Digimon, I think it's Digimon Cross. There's one, it has multiple names. Oh, I gotta, let's see. I guess the in-training card, the rare in-training card that gives you a rare is the Poyoyomon, this little thing. Clitty clap, paper smack. Oh yeah, it has an update pack on there. So they come with their kind of themed packs per box. It's only 1 per box. And you can, and there's 6 different ones. There's 6 different cards per box. So let's see. This one has. The only one I want. Well, okay. Yeah. Metal Greymon is kind of in there, and so is. Well. Where Garurumon's in there. Anyway, so it looks like this. So this is only in one of these specific boxes. So per box. So let's see. Let's see what the card is without ripping the card in half. Okay, I do like Wizardmon. So I got Wizardmon on that one. And the other one in that pack is Akuamon, which looks like Coagamon, but silver. Okay. Now the main packs. So let's see. And then after I'll do this later after the stream, but I usually will have to organize them into, you know, in training, rookie, champion, ultimate, mega, and then I put them in my little booklet. It's not so little anymore, like a booklet of Digimon. I'm not gonna show all these cards. I'm gonna show like notable ones. Uh-oh. Oh, look at all those bits. I got Growlmon with the X antibody. That's cool. Matadormon, Pomon, Garurumon with the X antibody. So, I think this is from the movie. I think. So with the X antibodies, okay, how do I start this? The kind of like god of the Digimon world at one point decided to start over, so he was deleting all of them, and he released a virus called like the X virus. And some Digimon ended up having the X antibodies, and they were like the last ones left. So they had to go out and send the Knights out to destroy them. And so this is Garurumon with the X antibody, which looks pretty cool. I think cooler than the original Garurumon. Bearmon, Groundfang, Gazimon with the X antibody, Pagumon, which we actually see in the video game. Here's the normal Gaibumon. Oh, that's Guru. Okay, yeah, never mind. No, it's not. It's Gaibumon with the X antibody. That's cool. Koromon, Dino Tigermon, Raidenmon. I think that's the one that evolved from. I actually forgot what the name of it is. Nothing crazy in that pack. Good cards, but nothing crazy. I might do half and half, like half of it, because I need to I need to keep going along with this game. Ninjamon's normal. Loader Leomon. Okay, that's not normal. Tesla Jellymon. Atama Dekachimon. Okay. That means big head something mon. Dark Superstarmon. Death Exvolution. Okay. Growlmon again. Oh, I remember how I did this before. So I was... Okay. Alright. Let me... I have some room here. Let's move some stuff out of my way. Okay. So we went from... This is... Digivolve Casso 2. This is a Digi-Egg. So this is like the very beginning. Kukuamon, that's level 2. This is also a level 2. There we go. Metal Greymon with X antibody. Oh. Level 4. Okay, so here's a good one. Galliantmon. So this is also Dukemon with the X antibody, so that's pretty cool. That's one of my favorite Digimon, actually. Level 3 and level 4. Level 3 again. Level 3. Level 4. Is just an option card. it's easier if I organize them as I go through them. Just saying them by their level, so that I can just kind of hurry up and do that. 2, that's a Digiegg. 2, Digiegg. 5, and 5. Okay. Okay. Crabmon, which we've been killing all day. 2. 2. Lots of 2s. Toyagamon. Dex Dodogamon? Really? Huh. There's Gamon. 2. 4. Oh, a level 6 right there. That's a strong one. I need a trash. Here we go. Here's a trash bag. Okay. 2. 2. 2 again. 3. Level 3. Level 3. 4. Level 4 again. 2. 3. This is a it's a card. So there are character cards in the new Digimon stuff. This, I've never seen one like this. It's just a card of a kid named Cool Boy. Ooh, Death Xmon 6. Huh? Okay, that's my second level 6. Level 4, level 4 again, level 3, it's Greymon with the X antibody. 3 again. Oh, Monkey King Makawa. 4. Sunrise Buster. Another Metal Greymon with the X antibody. 4. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like as they've been releasing more cards in like Pokemon and Digimon, especially Pokemon, they got more flashy with the graphics. And I don't know, I lost interest with the Pokemon after the 3rd generation, but they discontinued the Digimon card game, and so it came back with a vengeance. And of course, they decided to make it really flashy design. So, but I'm just kind of a Digimon, I don't know. I've always loved Digimon. It's weird. It's probably the computer science part of it. see. Anything notable? Anything that I know of? Or two. Option card. 4, 2. Another option card. Gaia Force 0. Option card. Okay. Another cool boy card. Two, 4, 4, 3, 3. Option card. 5. 3. Character card. 5. Ooh, this is a good one. So, if it weren't for Digimon Paladin mode, which is my favorite Digimon, it would probably be somewhere along the lines of like Omnimon Merciful mode. I don't know if you've ever seen this. So, if anybody who knows Digimon, they know Omnimon. The Omnimon Merciful mode looks like this. He's silver and blue. So it's actually a really he's a really cool design. Like one of my favorite designs of any Digimon. So yeah, Omnimon Merciful mode is just outrageously good. I'm glad I got this card. And it's a level 6, so that's pretty high up there. Where's my oops, there it is. Very cool. So let's do 1, 2, 3 more packs. I think it's like maybe half. I don't even know how many I've opened so far. Oh, dang, I got a lot of packs in these things. I now remember having a collection of Pokemon cards. Sold them a long while ago. Yeah, I still have all of mine. All my Digimon, or all my Pokemon, all my original Digimon cards, and I have all of these now. So maybe in 30 years, they'll be worth something. Who knows? And you get into some, you get into some really weird stuff. It's like collectibles later, like if you buy like any of the Fire Emblem games, those are worth something every time, because there doesn't seem to be that many people who play Fire Emblem games. Like if you just look Fire Emblem games up online and just look how long they've been out and how much they're worth, it's pretty amazing how quickly they go up in value. Alright, 2. That's a Metal Piranimon. Level 5, alright, it's getting up there. Grizzlymon, I don't like Grizzlymon very much. Kind of annoying Digimon. Level 4. Level 3. Level 3. Level 3 again. Level 2. It's actually a pretty good level 2 though. Digi-Egg. Level 5. 5 right here. Option card. Oh, Gabumon. That's from the, I think that's from one of the animes. Forgot which one it was. It might have been X-Cross. And on this card it says Digivolve from Blackboard Greymon, which is also one of my favorite Digimon. Blackboard Greymon was so philosophical. It was amazing. It was just amazing. He was going around like fighting people, like trying to figure out why he even exists in the first place. It's funny. Existential angst Digimon. Okay, 4, 3, 4, and this is a option card. This is a 3. This is a 4. Option card. Oh gosh. Almost knocked all the option cards off the table. Level 4. Digi-Egg. Option card. And look at that. War Greymon with the X antibody. I'm getting some pretty good cards. Pretty good. Pretty good. Option card. This is Leomon with the X antibody. He dies in the anime. Well, not the anime, the movie. Spoiler alert. 3, 2, 3, 3. Option card. Option card. Digimon. Okay. Level 5. Level 2. Digi-Egg. Grand Drakemon. And Baihumon. Oh, Baihumon's like a god level Digimon, I think. It says 5 though. So it's on the 5 stack. Okay, we'll open 2 more and then we'll be done. And we'll do the other half next time. Level 3 for Starmon. Level 3 for Raptortramon. Option card. Level 4. 3. Option card. Level 3 again. Level 4. Oh, character card, Daigo. Omni Shoutmon. That's Omni Shoutmon's pretty cool. That's actually part of the anime. Level 4. Metal Impulse is an option card, and Magnadramon. Wow, Magnadramon's really far up there too. Like another type god level Digimon. Okay, so that's a level 5. Okay, one more pack. And then we'll organize it, and then we'll keep going on the game. Quagamon with antibody, level 3. Option card, 3. Option card, 3 again, 3 again. Lots of level 3s. 4. Level 4 again. Level 5. Oh, there we go. That's a level. So Weregarurumon with the X antibody, which looks kind of crazy. And Alphamon. Okay, those are 2 really good back-to-back cards. Alphamon's like a Supreme Knight. In fact, if you look at the box here, so this is probably one of the cards that like kind of rare. So if you look at the box, the character on the box there, that's Alphamon. And I got the card right here now. So, cool stuff. He's level 5, which is really good. And level 4, Weregarurumon. Alright. It's good cards, and I've only done half of the friggin' box. So, oh, getting a call. 1 second. Okay. Alright. Now we can play. Let's do this. It won't let me go down this. Why can't I go down this? Oh. Oh yeah, that's right, they're spinning left. Okay, I see. Dang, do I hate this area. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Oh. So, nothing that way. So that's a dead end, so that's actually really good to know. I think this is a dead end too. Yeah, okay, this whole way was a dead end. That's actually good. Oh, jeez, it's a Blossom on. Okay. Okay, so that whole way down that way is a dead end. So that's really good to know. So there's a gold chest, I think. So this is a dead end too, huh? Yeah. Lots of dead ends. That's actually good. So this place isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well. Oh, okay, so that's also a dead end. Aha. Okay, I'm getting this. Oh crap! Yeah, if they hit Greymon or Geo Greymon, and he's dead. Wow, they didn't. Awesome. Where Garurumon leveled up. Black Where Garurumon. Actually, let me see something. Welcome back. Can I Digivolve Black Where Garurumon? That would actually be really cool. I can. Huh. I'll wait to do that. I'll save. What's his techniques? Does he get extra techniques? He's Karate Punch. I think that's what he gets. Yeah. You know, I don't know. Let me look. I'll have to look at his path. Actually, he doesn't have one. He doesn't have it. Okay. Never mind. Not worth it. Okay, let's go this way. We went left, and that was definitely the wrong way to go. Oh, I forgot to buy gear. I was gonna buy some gear. Okay, there's the second one. Okay, that was also a dead end. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, crap. Down? Crap. That was wrong, too. Well, I'm getting the place memorized, at least. I almost named this stream something like "Moral Externalism is Weird." But I didn't. I don't know why. Yeah, most philosophers are moral internalists. For a good reason, too. Artistic hobbies. I don't, yeah. Except I don't know if they're really hobbies if I don't at least somewhat regularly do them. Like, if I had time, I would. Like, and I did when I did have time. I like to draw. But that's about it. So, I mean, I like to draw. I like studying the languages. I don't know. Just a lot of the stuff that I can't really do anymore. Kind of makes me sad, but you know. Dang, I hate this stupid Crabmon. Two levels up. Okay. So there should be, oops, should be this, oh. Yeah, I think it's just a time, like in my life where I don't have time for like a lot of things that matter. But I think it'll get better. I think it's just temporary. So we'll see. Lots of stuff going on right now. And then eventually it kind of chills. It's having like young kids, you kind of have to entertain them a lot. I hate this. I hate Blossomon so much. Our region was also eaten up with constant influx of chores, projects, and broken down vehicles. Yeah. Alright, where is this taking me? I don't know where I am. Crap. There's just a lot of... Where am I going? It's this weird thing. So, you know, a lot of people, if they come to you and say, are you going to work or something like that? So the word, okay, actually, let me skip that. So, the word work has really been screwed over. It doesn't, because if people say, hey, are you going to work? What they mean is not, are you doing work? What they mean is, are you going to a corporate job where you do some work? That's not what work means. Especially if you're a Christian, that's never what work has meant. Now, it's an example of it. But like and this is true. In general, when you think of somebody who like doesn't have a corporate job or whatever, a lot of them don't really do anything useful with their time. That doesn't mean you have to do things useful for other people. They could just be things that are worth doing. But that concept's kind of lost on people. And it's kind of sad. It's like, and I think I've said this, so when you think about people who retire, people who retire become very depressed and chronically in pain, and then they die. They die quicker. So you might think, well, that means that they it's having a corporate job that makes the difference. No, it's doing things that you view that matters. That's what makes you live longer. It's the same. So I don't know what to call it exactly. Maybe the retiree's dilemma. You can call it the retiree's dilemma. The number of people who like retire and then try to go back to work is a lot too. And the reason I call it the retiree's dilemma is because I call something else called the prisoner's dilemma. So when a person gets out of prison, you'd be surprised at the number of them kill themselves because they were so used to a structured life. Let me heal here. They were so used to like having their life structured for them that they had no idea what to do. They become depressed and then ill again, and then the same thing kind of happens. It's way worse usually for prisoners, but it's a mild version of that for like people who retire, and that's because a lot of them didn't have the luxury of actually growing up and like being able to learn what it's like to actually live life without having to work for money. I mean, it's kind of an unfortunate fact. Like it's something that I have to do, but it's and it's not a bad thing to do. It's just there are better ways to live if you can get away with it. But people don't. It's trying to explain that to people is like trying to explain to people in Plato's cave that there's a sun outside. like they just don't have any idea what you're talking about. Like people who've worked their entire lives. I don't know if you've ever tried that, like actually try to talk to somebody who's just been in business and loves business, like they're just a business person and they've been like that their entire life. Trying to explain to them that there's a world, a whole entire world out there, not just traveling, an entire world of actual life they could live that actually matters, that actually is more fulfilling than what they're doing. If you're trying to explain that to people, it's like a deer in the headlights. Dang, that's hard to read. Hold on, let me switch to a different chat. Yeah, for instance, my parents and I are slowly expanding and repairing the porch deck of our house. I mean, yeah. So learning, let's just say, call that like something like learning carpentry or something. You know, learning, you know, just these projects. They're things that are. Although, I mean, you could make that into like a job, right? But the point is that you don't have to make it to a kind of and put it into a corporate setting for it to matter. But people, seriously, a lot of people do not understand that. And it blows my mind. But I understand why they think that, because they didn't have the same luxury I did. Like, I had a part-time job and was a junior in high school, and I had two part-time, let's see, then I had 2 or 3 part-time jobs after that in grad school. And then I had 2 full-time jobs at factories, which were horrendous. And now I have a current full-time job, which is a good job. But I had the luxury of not really having to worry about full-time jobs until I was like 30, literally. And so I trained myself to have a schedule every day, which literally took me 12 to 14 hours of stuff to do. Like, I mean, I woke up, I read my Bible, I studied a lot of philosophy, did a lot of scholarship, like I wrote papers, I worked out, I studied the languages, I learned an instrument, I learned to draw. All those things are great things. So like Aristotle talked about things that are worth doing in themselves. So things have value either in what they produce or in themselves when it comes to actions. That's what Aristotle was talking about. And a lot of the things I did were things that were valuable in themselves. And right now, the stuff I'm doing, say at my job, are things I'm doing in virtue of what it produces. And that's how most people are. Like, if you just ask people, say, hey, everybody's going to be getting the exact same money now, and we can choose any job we want. We can choose to do it virtually anything and get the same amount, but you have to do something. What would people say? Well, they probably would not be picking the current position they're in. A lot of people in like the corporate world. Some would, and that's fine. If that's how you serve people, great. I had someone at work tell me that what we do is a science, not a philosophy, and I just disagreed. At work, it's IT actually. What we're doing actually is a philosophy. It's actually a form of artistic expression, and what we do is serve people. And you can tell that by the CEO. He's extremely passionate about what we do. So much that you wouldn't expect it to be a science; it'd be an art. But yeah, factory work is brutal. We might have talked about that before. I can't remember. Yeah, it is brutal though. I quit those jobs pretty quickly, and I actually got a very I got a very strong taste about what it's like to do soul-crushing work. And that is one of the, I think, few things that Karl Marx got right. No, I am not a fan of Karl Marx. I think he was a horrendous person. But he was right about kind of the soul-crushing nature of stuff like that. But he had a weird way of even understanding that. It was like, you put a piece of your soul into your work, and then you're forced to give it away to somebody. That's too pessimistic. Like, even if you are kind of forced to give it away, I don't know. You want to keep everything you do, everything you make? I don't. He was kind of a weirdo. there's a lot of good biographical information on him. He's an extremely greedy person who cheated on his wife, had another kid with some other woman, who turned out to be the nanny of his wife. And then he denied it was his, so he refused to give them money. He didn't even give his own family any money. Like, all he cared about was money. He didn't go to his mom's funeral because she didn't give him money, etc., etc., etc. He was a pretty bad person. So I myself try to journal by hand with a fountain pen. Good for the... Yeah, penmanship. Like, so my penmanship is horrible. Absolutely atrocious. I'll tell you that. Like, bad. Real bad. I'm better at writing in cursive. I wrote in cursive until I was in 7th grade. Or maybe 8th grade. Like, as soon as I learned cursive, my 2nd grade teacher said something like, okay, now we're going to be writing in cursive from now on. I took that literally. I was like, oh, okay, so print is worthless now, and I'm just going to write in cursive. So I wrote in cursive until I was in 8th grade, I think, actually. And then they finally said, can you write in print? Because I don't guess that's what we were supposed to be doing. I was like, oh, okay, I guess so. And so my print is horrible. It looks like chicken scratch. But my cursive is a lot better. Yeah, he did get a few things right, but his solutions were completely... Exactly, they were backwards. Very bad solutions. I don't know where I'm going now. Oh, okay. That way was not correct. There's a system of thought called postmodernism. You've probably heard of it. It seems to be a form of epistemic anti-realism, which is the view that there is no it's that we can't know objective truth. What we know are things about ourselves and our society and different groups, etc. It's a form of relativism, basically. And postmodernism is kind of a form of that. It not only says that there's no that we can't know objective truth, but that there isn't any such thing. There is no capital T truth, period. And I don't know, like I can't remember what reminded me of that, but it's probably one of the most anti-human. It really is anti-human, because part of the way that people find actual meaning in life is by seeking the truest things. And by truest, I mean capital T truest. And if you deny that to people, and everything becomes the true for me, true for you thing, you really just rip apart people's motivation. It kills your motivation. It'd kill my motivation. I would no longer care about anything like that. What is this here? I don't want that. I want this. Print and cursive. Yeah. My penmanship is just so bad. But I don't think there's any saving it at this point. Yeah. Yeah, feet planted in midair? Yeah. People really get confused about things too, so... And I'm starting to do some research, more research into natural linguistic evolution. So there's a natural evolution to language. And there's an unnatural thing that sometimes happens with words, like the word Christmas, the word atheism, the word wrong, right and wrong, truth, the word truth, the word male, the word female, man, woman, all these different words. there's a number of times where, and you can see this today, where what happens is people want to keep the word, but completely reconceptualize the concepts. So it's the same word that you're hearing them say, but it's not the same concept. They're using it to refer to something completely different than other people are. And the two questions I have is, when they do that, is this part of natural linguistic evolution? And why are you doing that? Those are my two questions. Why are you doing that? Why? Because presumably you didn't learn. This is not the way you used it when you were young, and this is not typically the way people in society use these words. So why are you using it differently? And when you ask those questions, you get a lot of answers, like better answers, actually, I think. Because if you just say, "Oh no, atheism's this," and they're like, "Oh no, atheism is just a lack of belief in God," which is not the classical definition. It's not the most definition in most dictionaries. It's an idiosyncratic way of using the term that was made up by Anthony Flew and New Atheists, and for various reasons. But it's more useful to say, okay, why are you defining atheism that way? And then have them explain themselves. And then ask, okay, is this part of a natural linguistic evolution? Or is this kind of you interrupting the process? So, just some things to think about. Yeah, postmodern reminds me of the Sith. Yeah. Except the Sith are not Ubermenches, but femboys under postmodernism. Yeah. Right. Like with gender and sex, what is a woman's style confusion? Yeah. And the thing is, sometimes there are some concepts that you can only define so far before you have to rely on ostensive definitions. So, for example, and G.E. Moore made this point. Maybe you can think of the word good, the concept good, actually, the concept of good. Maybe that's a primitive. Right? Maybe it's something that we can't really define all the way. And you just have to point to it or give examples of it for people to understand more of what it is. It's more kind of experiential. Like, it's more like, hey, that's an instance of good over there. And so people, when it comes to something like, we say, what is a woman? You say an adult human female. It's like, well, what do you mean by female? And you can keep going down further. Eventually, you're going to get to a primitive notion that it's just better to define it ostensibly. You just say, that is, right there. Which is fine. See, but a lot of people try to behave as analytic philosophers. And look, I get it. I'm an analytic philosopher. Like, that is what I am. I'm in that tradition. I do like Continental as well. I don't see a need in fighting the Continentals. On that, I like both of them. I like both styles, but I primarily think as an analytic. And I don't know where I'm going. So I get wanting to give necessary and sufficient conditions for terms or for concepts, but that's not always necessary. In fact, most of the time it probably isn't. I mean, in some concepts it is. So, like, when we're talking about knowledge, I think it's necessary when we're talking about knowledge. But when it comes to say, I don't know, maybe even the term like objective, maybe you could do that. That seems, I could just point to things that are clearly objective and things that clearly are not. I point to, say, the truth or something, that 2 + 2 = 4. I almost said 5. 4. Well, that's clearly objective. But if I point to, say, my favorite ice cream flavor, well, that's clearly subjective. But they're actually, just to put another wrench in this, there is a question as to whether there are certain facts about foods that are objective, right? So clearly there are better foods than others. I think there are things that are of higher actual quality, and I think that's an objective fact. But yeah, anyway. It's like evangelism, pointing to Christ as the good and reflecting Him in our world. So, right. So yeah, right. So I identify the good. The good is a person, not a property. As a standard, right? The good is the standard. That's a person, right? But when we say that someone is good, I actually take them to be saying, even if they don't mean this, that person relates to God in a way, like in a proper way, to God's character specifically. So the closer your character gets to God's character, the better. And I mean morally better. So if you're a good person, you're a person that reflects the character of God. Yeah. And God is the good, capital G. That's because I'm a divine command theorist. And I'm a strong divine command theorist, not a weak one. Like, weak divine command theory says that not all divine commands are identical with their constitutional moral obligations. Some of them are, but not all of them. I'm a strong one, though. I think that all of them are. You do not have a moral obligation unless you have a command along with it. And there's various reasons for that. Anyway. Like, is salt salty? It's like saying, does salt have the property of itself? Just weird, just very... Maybe yes, but in a trivial way. Where am I going? I don't know what I'm doing. This is brutal. This is a brutal area. Very brutal. Can I flee from this? I don't want to do this one. Okay, I don't think you can flee in this game. I've never been able to flee. Have you ever looked into any meta-ethical or ethical or well, basically those two, meta-ethical or ethical theories? That's usually my area, so that's what I talk about nonstop. Meta-ethical, my meta-ethics being divine command theory, and my ethical theory being a sort of graded absolutism. Also, there's another thing. Have you ever heard of David Paulman or Mike? Was it Mike? I forgot his name. David Paulman's a Christian who claims he's an anti-realist, but I don't think he is, because I don't think he understands moral realism correctly. Who else is there? There's him. Dang it, what's that other guy's name? I forgot his name. I'm not going to kill myself remembering it. keep hearing stuff. Okay, let's go this way. Oh my gosh. I'd say these conversations are very therapeutic. And to answer your question, yes, but only a very superficial level, but I have very similar to you. Okay, meta-ethics, yeah. I think the classic Christian kind of view is like near divine command theory. I think it used to be that one of the biggest dangers for the first like half of modern meta-ethics, the biggest danger was, let me back up. So, if you take a tree at the top, it splits, meta-ethical positions split into two. So you have one side being non-cognitivism. Oh, sorry, one side being non-cognitivism, the other side being cognitivism. Cognitivism is the view that moral statements are truth functional. They can be true or false, and they're aimed at truth. They're truth act. They're alephic. So non-cognitivism would say that no, they're not truth functional. They're just kind of expressions of. They're just basically expressions, right? There may be expressions of taste or approval or disapproval. They're not something that's actually aimed at truth. That was the biggest danger in like the first 50 years or somewhere along those lines. That kind of went away, and cognitivism won the day, where it is truth that we are saying something that's true or false, or making judgments about reality. So now that today, the modern meta-ethics, well, it was that the biggest debate was between moral realists and moral anti-realists. It's that kind of died down a bit because people are like, man, moral anti-realism is so that they kind of ignore it for the most part. If you look at most like papers, they'll say, for the purposes of this paper, I will assume that moral realism is true. So you'll hear that a lot. So they kind of do and don't take it seriously, depending. But that's been kind of the biggest debate recently. And people really confuse them. And I think it's because of the modern language. Like, the way that people express moral realism and anti-realism is not strong enough, in my view. And that's what gives people confusion. Because the way it's expressed today, a moral fictionalist could be a moral realist. And that's not correct. Like, no. If you parallel that over into almost any other area of metaphysics, it's not going to match. It's going to be very inconsistent. So, I tend to define moral realism as the view that there are objective moral facts and that morality is a fundamental feature of reality. I add that last one because it makes it clear that you have to have some kind of metaphysical commitment in your position, or it's a weasel position that doesn't belong in moral realism. So I don't need that one here. I think it's this way. I need to, is this the correct way? I don't know where I'm at now. Okay, haven't heard of those men. DCT just seems to flow so smoothly and sweetly from classical Christian theology. It does. So what's the difference between an anti-realist versus non-realist? So a non-realist would tend to not. They wouldn't be making commitments toward. So all anti-realists are non-realists, but not all non-realists are anti-realists. So non-realism's more agnostic. So this is what I say when it comes to abstract objects or other metaphysical positions. I tend to say, for example, I'm a non-realist if it's about abstracta, I'll say I'm a non-realist leaning toward anti-realism for reasons of parsimony. So I'm kind of agnostic on them, but I'm leaning toward that they don't exist because it's theoretically advantageous, not because I have some really strong reason to think they don't exist. So that's typically the language for non-realism, like non-realist type views. They're more agnostic, but anti-realists typically take the position that no, there are no such things, and then they try to explain the behavior, or explain the appearance of these things, without committing themselves to anything. So and I don't really blame people for being like confused about the language, because scholars use esoteric language. We've been reading we've had our head in the books forever. We've been talking to each other. We have very very sophisticated and specific definitions for words, and that's not surprising when you study a lot about something. It's in every area, and so when you use a term, and the scholar will know what you mean. Like another person, who's not the scholar in the area, won't know what you mean. So you got to be clear. Like when people in biology use the term random, they don't mean what people but that average person, not average, the non-biologists tend to mean. They mean something different. It's a specialized usage. So it's the same thing for like non-realism and all these philosophical terms and all that. So, and that's what I try to make my job. Like I try to bring the esoteric down from the ivory tower to everyone, to try to kind of spread everything as much as possible. Where am I at? I keep getting confused. What am I doing? Where am I going? Cotton Eye Joe? It's not close, but yeah. But yeah, it's just useful explaining quickly to people what scholars mean, because, for example, so there's really some popular YouTubers who say moral realism is the view that there are stance-independent moral facts, and then they make such a big deal about the stance independence thing and trying to understand it that they just get confused about what it is. They'll use it in one way, and they'll quote a scholar that doesn't use it in the way that they're using it. But that's because they're not scholars in the area. They don't really know exactly how to use it, so you can't exactly blame them too much. Right? So it annoys me, but I'm not really mad at the person as much as I am mad at like the nature of things. Like, I don't know. Oh, did I miss a call? Oh, I missed a call from Dad. Let's see, what else? Image. I don't want to see that. Okay. And I actually have I have some diagrams for philosophical positions that I give to people typically. That makes it a bit easier, just because it's visual, rather than just kind of rambling. Whoops. Mute. Okay, let me catch up. Let me switch over to a better view here. Okay, yeah, I've lost many. Yeah, I have lost patience with many YouTube critics of Christianity. The ghost of Hitchens still looms too large. Rhetorical bobs cast everywhere. I know. I completely feel that. I like, and it sucks because a lot of the people that come up with new, like supposed new criticisms, or they think it's new.
Sorry, honey.
It's all good.
Do you want one of these? You want one of these? This is Ascension. This is the District 9 conference for the corner for.
I don't know. I might. Well, I mean, I could use it for class.
You want it?
I'll take it just in case. Yeah.
I got this one too. I mean, they're both. I mean, they got a pen in there and everything. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really.
I'll just take this one.
Okay, buddy.
The people who come up with, so they come up with these criticisms and they haven't done their research. I guess I'm annoyed on the one hand that I've already handled this with other people and it's a different person, so it's like but I've encountered the same thing over and over and over again. I just had to explain myself, so I get that part. It's also like, it's not just that they do this; they do it with an air of confidence that's undeserved. Like so you solved the issue of 2000 that we've been thinking about for 2,000 years. It's kind of a weird Dunning-Kruger narcissism type thing. It gets pretty annoying. So yeah, I get that. Yeah. So let's see. Alex O'Connor's cool atheist future Christian apologist. Yeah, that'd be nice. Though very thoughtful. So Alex O'Connor's gotten way better than he used to be. I remember him a long time ago, and a long time ago I was like, yeah, this is very easy to respond to the things I think he was bringing up, like the extreme, like it's just, I think it was pretty clear that this wasn't exactly his area, but he's gotten better and better, and so I appreciate that he's improved, and he's really good at the interview type style things now, like. And he brings up good questions. Way better. He's way better than he used to be. So yeah, definitely. So let's continue on here. Here we go. I missed? Oh. Shoot. Yeah. More. See, people really don't understand more relativism like they should, obviously, and like people. So when people talk about metaethical theories, they tend to only view the normative side of it and not the value side of it, or the axiomatic side of it. So when you say I'm a relativist, and by that I mean that moral obligations are relative from person to person or something like that. Like, okay, let's just assume that's a good enough theory of obligations here. You're also saying that a person's value is relative. That means it's a relation and not an intrinsic property. And if they say that, well then what they're literally saying is that people are objectively worthless. So when you phrase it like that, it doesn't seem so, great anymore. And there's a reason that moral relativism is considered it's considered an anti-realism, because they're denying morality. They just flat out deny it, and if you deny it, Okay, well then apparently everybody's worthless and valueless, and there isn't actually anything we ought to be doing outside of our own preferences. So I'm not doing so hot on this right now. I'm glad I saved. And the objective-subjective language is kind of annoying too, because I don't tend to even like using that language in meta-ethics anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. Because it gives the impression that it's somehow different than other areas like the external world or other minds or epistemology, where we don't tend to use those locutions. Well, we don't tend to say objective trees or objective minds or anything like that. So I really don't see as much of a practical need to use them. I do see a theoretical need to use them, but not a practical one. I don't know if I can. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can beat this guy right now. I mean, I probably could if. Okay, let me see this. I want to see what he does with Compost Hurler. He hits twice. Does he hit 3 times? Nope, he only hits twice. That's fine. Yeah, he's got. It's okay. I saved, and I need to get my MP back up. I think that was most of the problem this time. I didn't heal all the way. Oh, I forgot. I do have other Digimon, but. He's not going to be able to hit him hard enough for this. He does hit a lot, though. I like to watch video essays on my favorite shows, films and games, but when essayists start that this or that is objectively good or bad, then have shouting matches. Yeah, part 1. Yeah. Yeah, shouting matches, yeah. I'm actually doing a lot better against him than I thought I was going to do. Well, getting him below half health when I'm not ready is pretty good. With other essayists who call themselves subjectivists, and it's clear that neither of them have anything on aesthetic philosophy. Yeah, yeah. And they don't know. So they don't know value theory, right? So there are different kinds of values, and aesthetic is one of them. Moral is another one. There are different kinds of obligations, right? Rational, obligations of etiquette, practical, moral, etc. Maybe even linguistic. I've been experimenting with that recently. Yeah, when they think that Kant or Hume had the final say. Who was it? John Hare actually thinks that, and he could be correct, but John Hare's, he thinks that Hume was actually a Christian. Because in his dialogues at the end, he has the character who's a Christian end up winning. Like, he wins the day. And I'm not anywhere near a Hume scholar or anything, like, so I've read an above average amount of Hume, but that just means above average. That doesn't mean scholar level. Okay, I almost killed him. I almost killed that boss, and I was not ready. I'm glad I saved. Oh. Darn, I lost. Okay, I'm gonna do this real quick. How do I, here, let's just open the ROM again. Yeah, what? Yeah, John Hare. I'll have to look at the reference to get it exactly right. Let me go here. So I'm gonna go back real quick. Where does this go? Does this go all the way to the very big beginning? I also remember people saying that Thomas Hobbes wasn't a Christian, but literally, like, the last half of his Leviathan is on, like, Jesus and Christianity and all that stuff. Like, there's just no way. Like, Hobbes was a weirdo, but you can be a weirdo and a Christian. I know plenty of them. Okay, yeah. Alright. Let me load that back up. One more time. Shogun Geckomon's a piece of crap. I hate that. There's so many Digimon I just don't like. Okay. Let me heal. I need an MP back. Yeah, CSOs is love. Alright, that's all I needed. I haven't heard those names in forever. I miss. Use. That kind of sounds familiar. They're beating the crap out of me. I just didn't want to use my MP, but I guess I'm gonna have to. He just keeps doing the stupid devil's tongue thing. I don't think I have read that. I bet Matt's read it, given how widely read he is. Oh, I can Digivolve Gilmon. I just realized that. No, they weren't. I'm hitting him much harder now. He shouldn't be allowed to do that twice. That's freaking stupid. Wow, he hit hard there. hits everyone. Oh my gosh, he almost killed me. Cooper was there and back again. Type of Christian was saved and fell into dark forest of doubt after reading Dr. Oh, Strauss's. Okay. Oh. Okay. There goes one of mine. I've almost killed him though, so I think I got him. I still got 3 more backup Digimon. I think 2 more hits and he's dead. Ooh. Okay. Whew, he didn't kill me there, but freaking close. Oh, yeah, 1 more hit and he's dead. I think I got him. Oh well. Uh-oh. No, maybe he did kill all 3 of mine. It's gonna be close. Nope, we got him. Okay. Well, good thing I got 3 backups, huh? There we go. After 5 years, he recovered after much reading and started writing and teaching against Strauss's work and became a very robust and successful Christian evangelist teacher. Yeah, you know, something like that's kind of my goal. In the end, I want to be like a very specifically like Christian philosophy teacher, and it doesn't have to be in university, but that's what I want, and if I can manage it, that's what I'd like to get. It's just right now there's just no way, because think how expensive things are. I mean, right now, currently in the process of building a house, so eventually I think I'll get there, but right now I'm just not in the position. So let me digivolve Gilmon. I want to. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, I need 500 dragon experience. All right, that's fine. Dragon experience. Oh man, look at the time. I know, right? Yep. Take it easy. I'll see you Sunday. And if not, I'll see you hopefully next Wednesday. Oh my geez, there's Alphamon just popping into the place. Go to the drain tunnel. Right there. I'm trying to remember where a lot of the dragon experience was. Is it here? I don't remember. I'm trying to look for dragging experience for Gilmon. He needs 500 to Digivolve into his champion. I think this is it. I think this is where we get off. Yeah, this is it. Look at all that dragon experience. These things aren't that strong either, so we'll just annihilate them. 28, there you go. So let's just get him, let's do this, and let's get him to the next Digivolution here. And then, so we'll do that, we'll get the next Digivolution, then we gotta buy some gear, and then we'll upgrade my farm. Then we'll get to the right before the next like boss person, and then we gotta call for night. Because I'm gonna die tomorrow if I stay too much longer. It would be nice to oh, Renamon's just kind of there, huh? Jeez, rip. It would be. I like to just. It would be nice not to have to go to work tomorrow. But you know, I don't know. I complain about work, but it's not the job. It's the it's not. It's just the nature of things, like where you have to work so much. So it's not that people confuse that, and I'm not all that clear on it when I complain. Let's go in the first part right here. So let me make sure. So I think everybody gets the same amount of like type of experience. So dragging at 14. What I need to see what Gilmon's at. No, it's not technique, is it? Here we go. No, that's not it. Hold on. Here it is. He's got 96. So I'll keep that in mind for next time, for when I get more dragon experience. Tomorrow's Thursday. Oh yeah. You put that in there. The Visions of, that looks really good. So okay, yeah, I played some of the demo of the Visions of Mana. It looks nice. Seems a little complicated, huh? It looks pretty good. It looks good. I haven't played it at all, but it looks good. I saw that somewhere, coming soon or something, like in the GameStop at one point. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Come on, man. So I went. Yeah, so 10. Okay, I'm getting that. It ran fine on awesome on Arc Linux. Yeah. Do you like the base Arc Linux better, or do you like something like based on Arc Linux, like Manjaro better? Manjaro's probably heavier. It's probably not as lightweight, but. Oh my gosh, stupid freaking bear. Oh yeah, install script, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. I wish I could have hobbies. just makes you think of stuff. Makes you feel sad. I miss trying out different Arc Linux or different different operating systems. Period. Of course he missed. .41 dragon on that one. That's what I'm talking about. Give me all the drag experience. Man, there's holy experience. There's more holy experience. I don't want holy experience. There's the dumb bear. Dang, give me some dragon experience. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Give me another one. Another dragon. Yes. I need to see some things. So let's look for Geogramon. What does he have to Digivolve? Oh. Oh my. He has to have 2,000 plus dragon experience. Well, I'm glad I'm getting dragon experience then. That and level 29. Alright. Let's go back. What about... Well, Angemon, what's he getting? His is holy probably in the... Yeah, 800 holy and level 20. Next level. Oh wow, so all you get here is holy and dragon experience. That's exactly what I need. Okay. And what about Gargomon? I'm pretty sure I'm going to put him into Rapidmon, but level 37. Oh yeah, he's not going to be evolving or Digivolving for a long time. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Last thing on here, let's go to him. I need... So he is 25. Alright, good. So then I need that. I think once I get enough dragon experience, I'll move on from here and just hope that I come across some holy experience for Angemon later. That I, because I don't want to grind 2,000 holy experience here. Character design inherently stereotypical. I don't know if it's if it's stereotypical so much as it is generalized. And so, like, I take stereotyping to be kind of like an improper form of generalization. I'd have to look at that, though. Digimon. Let me get a good, big chunk of dragon experience, and then we'll check our progress. And after this, we'll go get some gear. We'll upgrade my farms, and then we'll go into the next area, save, and then we're done for the night. Because I'm really trying to hurry right now, because I'm tired of getting like 6 hours of sleep. Because, like, I mean, by the time I get to sleep, get home and get to sleep, it's 11 something, and I get up at 5 something in the morning. So. Alright, sure, I'll check my report for Digifarm then. Gomamon's level 19 now. Impmon's 15, Lopmon's 13, Pokemon's 10. Pokemon Bond scale's good. Level 3 scale now. And I'm still producing more food than needed. Cool, good. Come on, give me some dragon experience. All this freaking holy experience is crazy. Let's go this way. Man, it is just loading me up on a holy experience, which is, I guess, good for Angemon. He has had 2,000 holy experience compared to Gilmon, which just has to have 500 dragon experience. That's good for him, bad for me, because I gotta be getting to sleep. Come on. How did you miss? He's about to level up. Oh, give me that, give me that. I should have killed the other one. Oh well. I might still be able to. Yep. Silver oh, helped. There we go. Here's some dragons. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's check on Gilmon's progress. He's getting close. About 139 left. Ugh. It's just there's so much like holy experience in this area that it's really kind of making this take a lot longer than it needs to. I think I'm gonna change the plan here. I'm going to go ahead and make my way out, and whatever experience I get along the way is good. And I am gonna upgrade my farm, and I'm gonna get some gear, and then we're gonna just call it, because I can't wait too long here. I want to keep gaming, but I really need to sleep. I was falling asleep when I got home today. I wonder how much holy experience Angemon's got. Oh, he's as high a level as he can get now. Angemon's 25. Ugh. So, next thing he can do and Gilmon can do is Digivolve. They can't level up anymore. Oh, there's some right there, I guess. Okay, let's see how much holy experience Angemon has. So I've had him for a while, and he's been getting some holy experience like this almost this entire time. Yeah, he has about he's about halfway there. He's about halfway there to Magna Angemon. Well, okay. So I have a plan now. Let's go with farm stuff first. What I want to do, remodel, foul farm, increase experience, I guess. Let's try to make this a little even here. So so food doesn't really matter all that much, honestly. Let's look at the beast farm. Experience is maxed out. Size is pretty small, so let's upgrade that. So that's good for that one, and then for let's max the experience for the foul farm. Okay. Alright, and let's buy some holy training for Angemon. Well, maybe we don't need that. Let's see, hold on. Train, holy, spirit, stress, friendship, dragon experience, octane, holy, increases by 5. I mean, it couldn't be really that much of a harm in doing that. Alright, so now let's go look for gear down this way. I want to buy some stuff. Lumber axe. Oh, there's some expensive stuff in here. Yeah, we'll have to look at that later, actually, so we can actually get a good idea. Okay, so we'll look at that later. What's this? What's this? Oh, this is item. Okay. Well, what is that? What did I just go into? What is this? Oh, the back equipment shop. Oh, even better equipment? Whoa, okay, there's a lot. Alright. We have to have some time to look at that stuff. And hey, and a treasure chest. Yeah. Okay, cool. Free stuff. Alright. And then let's go this way to Leomon. Okay, so I guess that's probably only gonna let me do if I'm a gold tamer. Okay. what else? I think that was it. Alright, so I'm done for tonight. I think, so next time what we'll do is, I guess we'll grind. We're going to have to grind Dragon and Holy Experience like crazy. And then we'll get Gilmon to Growlmon, and then we'll get Angemon to Magna Angemon, and then we'll continue with the game. So Magna Angemon will be my first legitimate, my first actually trained Ultimate. So, but yeah, anyway, we'll continue that Sunday. And until then, I'll see everybody then. Take it easy.